Definitely not on top of my game right now.
Hey, it happens to all of us, man. So now I got it set up so that XSplit is streaming whatever OBS is showing. So this should be interesting to see how the quality changes. Looks like blue team's gonna clear out the pink ward to try and go in on that Wukong. Wukong ends up decoying for the E. Looks like Tristana's gonna get away. Fizz coming in, immediately backing right back out. Looks like it's gonna be a 5v4 right now as Gragas tries to run down. Doesn't look like they're gonna make it in time.
Alright, it's really impressive that neither Tristana nor Wukong died there, but it was a really good play from both supports, really, to ensure that their respective team member did not die. Having said that, blue team did put out, had the positioning advantage with the Gragas not being there, freely taking that dragon. Kind of giving themselves a goal lead here. The ball's in their court. Very nice crit coming, Infinity Edge crit coming out with Caitlyn onto the Trist. Just trying to get a little bit more goal before she recalled, but ends up paying with it. Tristana's now 0-4. Very rough game for her. Gragas going on this Rise, knowing he has Fizz right behind her. Rise has been playing really well. I don't see him ending out of this. Nice ball and Jarvan back up for this Rise with the ultimate kind of whiffing on the Fizz, but on the Gragas ends up killing him. Wukong comes in, he sees blood, but the Orianna shield does enough to save his life. Fizz comes back in to finish it up, but this is a bad fight for red team. 1 for 3.
It can't get any worse than that for red team.
Absolutely.
Man, the Caitlyn killing Leona.
Trying to save her bot turret, but Caitlyn just getting those autos enough. And as soon as Caitlyn took tower aggro, Leona tried to go in with barely any health. Totally whiffed her Zenith Blade again, and just stuck around with way too low health.
Looks like
Gragas trying to save his mid lane tower. Misses the body slam again on the Orianna. Orianna knowing the Gragas ultimate is down, showing no fear. Getting the turret and walking out right in the face of Gragas.
You know, honestly, like, the fact that they can see the bottom lane trying to come is the only reason I could give them an excuse for having backed. Otherwise, I would completely expect them to go on that Gragas.
Well, they wanted the turret. They really want to get a gold lead with objectives in this game. Not really too bloodthirsty for kills here. I think that was the right call, the Gragas being at full health. The Gragas, I mean, you saw, even if they were trying to run away, he used his body slam to try and get in range and then shorted his barrel again. Janna, knowing the Caitlyn's coming, trying to keep this Tristana, in range for beautiful flash Monsoon with this Janna, probably ending the life of this Tristana, absolutely.
The Caitlyn headshot to save her to kill the world being Tristana's face.
Absolutely. Leona, me being a support main, I can't help but notice how poorly Leona is playing this game. Now, in a favorable Leona matchup, especially the one with Janna, you want the right engage, because if you go onto the Janna in a straight line, basically, the Janna will just howl and gale you away, and there's really negates anything you could do. So you have to use little tricks and opportunities to get on their AD carry. But if you ever do get on their AD carry, you will definitely win that trade. Like, a Janna shield is not going to make that a favorable trade for you, because Leona has
her passive sunlight.
It stacks up, yeah, especially with about 3 abilities. So it's Leona never really, she had about 1 favorable trade in that bot lane. But so you look at that and say, I'm not really getting any good trades in the spot lane. We're not going to win this lane. So she did a good job picking up the Moby boots, but she never roamed to another lane to gank it. Because that bot lane was shoved into the red team's tower the whole game. And so Leona favoring stacking up the experience with the Tristana instead of roaming to help create an advantage, using her CC somewhere. Red team stacking up 5 mid, Rise taking a sweet time, getting that top tower, it's now 4 towers to nothing. Leona sees an easy opportunity to go out on the Gragas, but we'll see if that ends up biting him. As the fight breaks out, the Wukong ultimate not really doing much. He's going on Leona, which is a big no-no for team fights. The blue team is cleaning up this fight wonderfully. The purple team, or red team rather, gets caught just chasing 4 targets. So yet again, we see one team playing well,
and then completely shitting all over it.
Absolutely. Like, so in the beginning of the game, like if we could see the gold graph after the game, this shit would be more spiky than Cloud's hair, from Final Fantasy VII. Like, blue team playing so well in the beginning of the game, getting the 3 kills to nothing. Probably, I think, got a tower too. Had a nice gold lead and completely threw it in a horrible team fight bot lane. Four for nothing in purple team or red team. Rather, got a dragon. I'm gonna be quiet as we got Leona choosing to die for that in him tower. Worth in her eyes.
Oh,
Wukong
the
going
chunk on the Wukong though.
Absolutely. You can go ahead. Look at this rise.
Rise is going to town on everybody. So with this Oriana and Jarvan at his side, why not, right? He backed off after using his prison, thinking he wasn't gonna get it. And instead of
going in,
Gragas taking advantage of being able to leave, he ends up trying to go back in. What an idiot!
like, did Gragas think he had the burst there? It really shows. Like, I mean, I don't think the player, is an idiot. He just really is uncomfortable with Gragas's knowing his I guess power limits or hell, power spikes. That's what I'm thinking of. As the more you play your champion, the more familiar you are in basically how you're doing in the game. Like basically, Biz, whenever you have a Lich Bane before you're before most major items are completed on the other side, you're kind of powerful for that little. You have like 5 minutes of a power spike that you're bigger than what people would expect. And
And
Gragas,
whether or not you
I
take
guess
it,
he just thought that he had, like he's really unfamiliar with Gragas's damage. Is basically what I'm trying to say. There was no reason for him to body slam into that rise. He had basically no opportunity of killing him, but he took it anyway. Very poor decision.
looks
Blue
like a
team-
dragon will go to the blue team yet again.
Absolutely. After going 5 for nothing in that team fight, taking that mid inhib tower, they did not take the inhibitor, but they did settle with the tower. They only lost Leona in the very end because she chose to die attacking the tower. Worth in her opinion. Now blue team with the dragon, all of a sudden out of nowhere has a 10k gold lead.
Yeah, out of absolutely nowhere. Because weren't they behind gold before that team fight even broke out?
It's worth going back to look at it, but maybe not with the towers because I think they had about 3 or 4 towers before that fight, but it was very close nonetheless.
Looking at gold right now, Tristana is sitting on 2.4k right now and just will not go back. It's
Oh, go ahead.
it's basically right now. If you're looking at the difference in gold, it's like Tristana's the one that's like 2k down instead of being ahead by about 100.
Right, and we were talking before that fight how Caitlyn, was ahead of the Tristana, but that fight was really nice to the Tristana. Very nice engaged by this blue team here with the Jarvan, the Oriana, and the Leona. It's just too much for a red team to handle right now as their 80 carry goes down. Janna trying to make a play, exhausting the Oriana, then monsooning her away as that pushes, the other member into their team, but it's just not working out. Even though they have the numbers advantage, blue team is just out team fighting red team on every facet. We talked about the team comps here. Yeah, red team didn't get a single kill and all that.
Yeah, blue team constantly going into the tower just to flash right out of it.
Right, but showing that, I go in, okay, I'm low, I go out, next person comes in. They played that beautifully as they baited in member by member of red team there.
You'd think they would instead of getting that tower, I think they should have immediately bum rushed that middle inhibitor to try and grab it. What do you think?
I mean, it's hard to say, especially after as low as they all were. But they could look at the map, right? They could see they have a 7 towers. There's a pretty little miniature scrap going on right now. Oriana using her shield to do a great job baiting this Caitlyn into another death. But they look at the map and they see that they have a 7 tower advantage. Not only now they have a 10 kill advantage, but 7 towers to 0 is massive. And so they're perfectly content with taking the game slow. Even though they're having a hard time disengaging.
Oh, the 3-man ult, but Leona still goes down.
Absolutely.
Looks like Jarvan wants to get in on this, but it is not going to work out that way. Oh, Rise coming in and saying good night to Wukong. Is he going to be able to say the same? Tristana coming for the cleanup, taking out Gragas, and now Janna.
Absolutely. This has to be game for blue team here. Even though they might not end it at this exact moment. The the red team has just engaged in just too many poor team fights to be able to come back. This is almost a 20k gold lead now. What a swing this game went so quickly.
I wonder if we'll get to see that legendary 25k gold lead.
I doubt it, because I don't think blue team has any interest in elongating this game that much. But we will see if it does come out. Every member on blue team had around 2,000 gold after that scrap top lane. With the Baron up, it seems, in the minute hip down, it seems like it's exactly what blue team's gonna do.
I just want to point out that Rise is now 5k gold ahead of Gragas. Like, the gold difference between their respective laners is just huge. The only ones that are actually close to each other, even remotely, is going to be the Tristana and Kaylin. And, like, even the supports, like, Leona is a whole grand 1.3k ahead of the Janna.
Right, and also the junglers, the Jarvan has about a 5k gold lead on that Wukong also. Jarvan being 8-1 and 18, basically almost in every single one of blue team's kills, while Wukong's 2 and 7, really struggling in this game.
Yeah, there's only been 3 kills on the blue side that Jarvan did not have some part in.
Absolutely. And that just shows, that he's a very good team player. Not even building full damage. His only damage is the Spirit of the Elder Lizard, and looks like he got the Hex Drinker also. Also engaging for his fights, he is now legendary. Biz just trying to go in to get vision, but blue team having this enormous lead is just basically starving red team of vision, so they have to go and face check everything. Not having a blue trinket on red team, they can't check anything. Basically face checking is the only way. And even with Fizz with this playful trickster, wasn't enough for him to get away.
Looks like they might end up getting this Baron. Oh, trying to steal it with the blind ult from Gragas just did not work. Gragas getting caught by Rise.
For no
Good
reason,
night.
Getting caught by the team. This is probably red team seeding this match at this point, especially after the Baron goes down.
Oh, that was a beautiful ult by Janna. The moment Jarvan got ulted. Too bad she couldn't go anywhere after that.
Right, so Gragas, what he definitely should have done, which I have no idea why he didn't. He's known for being a really good objective stealer, and the reason why is because you could throw his Q barrel down. Fizz trying to salvage something with the DFG on the Tristana, but the Orianna shield and the Summoner heal just totally negates anything Fizz can do. Orianna way overextending, ends up dying, but that really doesn't matter as the Nexus will fall. But my point is with Gragas and how he can steal objectives so well is you could throw your barrel down your Q, and that has about 5 seconds before it blows up.
And you have vision of it the whole time.
Right, and there's nothing they could do to that barrel. So you can throw your ult and detonate your Q barrel at the same time, and that usually, if you're building ability power, which he was